Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Monoposto driver career mode. It's been a while since I've made one of these videos. I've just been super busy with work, but I'm back on it now. I'm excited to be getting back into it, but this weekend isn't really going to be getting off to the best start. Already taking a bit of a loss in form after the horrible race that we had in Canada and Spain as well. We currently have no points on the board, and our team only has 1 point, scored by our teammate Ocon. So we have got a lot of work to do, a lot of understanding the car, but hopefully coming into this third race in Bahrain, we can get a little bit more confidence and a little bit more speed in the car. Our teammate Esteban Ocon has managed to qualify 16th for this race and only a couple of tenths of a second off the cars in front of him, so the car isn't looking too bad from what we've seen from our teammate in this race in the qualifying session. So just getting into this qualifying session now. There's been a lot of new features added to this game since I last played, so it's going to take some getting used to. I feel like the handling has changed a little bit, but so far in this lap the car feels pretty strong. We are a little bit down in that first sector by half a second, but we easily make that up in our second sector, going up by now 4 tenths of a second, and it's now just about using the rest of our ERS, making sure we keep it within the track limits and rounding off the final few corners now to make, as I say that, we get a warning for track limits, which is just a really silly mistake for us, but we're going to keep going anyway and see where this lap would have put us in 19.7.
Track limits, turn 6, so that time was deleted.
And that lap would have put us around 17th place, but going through the starting grid now with Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez on the first row for Red Bull, Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll on the second row, Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc on the third row, Pierre Gasly, Nick De Vries, Lewis Hamilton, Logan Sargent, Kevin Magnussen, Nico Hulkenberg, Mick Schumacher, Sebastian Vettel in the 2 Audi cars, Yuki Tsunoda and our teammate Esteban Ocon in 16th, who we could have been with if it wasn't for that track limits violation. Lando Norris, Valtteri Bottas, Alex Albon, Thierry Pourchaire, George Russell and ourselves in last after a pretty silly mistake costing us our lap time. We could have been up there with our teammate, but we have got a lot of work to do now in the back of the grid, and which isn't really one of the best places to be starting a race in a car that isn't too much to our liking anyway. But we are now underway for the 5 red lights of the Bahrain Grand Prix, and it's lights out and away we go. And it's not the best start for us. Thierry Pourchaire and Alfa Romeo blitzes past us, and we're going to get into now the slipstream of George Russell to tuck into that slipstream, and look at the launch that's given us now. We're going to be catching up to our old teammate Valtteri Bottas now, and we don't have much where to go now. We're going to try and stick to the middle of the track, and it has served as well. We nearly try and make the move on Yuki Tsunoda and the AlphaTauri, but we just aren't close enough to try and get that done. But we're going to get a huge slipstream now coming off the exit of turn 3. We get past the AlphaTauri, and we're now alongside the Alfa Romeo as Mick Schumacher and the Audi nearly catches us out there by braking a little bit early, but we managed to avoid that without any contact. And we're now side by side with the Alfa Romeo of Thierry Pourchaire, but we managed to clear that car now, and we are following the Haas of Kevin Magnussen in the sights on the medium tyres, and we make a double move on the inside of Kevin Magnussen and Yuki Tsunoda, and Yuki Tsunoda barges with us a little bit. He is having none of that, and he gets back past us on the outside. Kevin Magnussen also gets back past us. We try to go down the inside, sneak down the inside of Yuki Tsunoda, the Japanese driver, but he fends us off well, and he's put us under pressure now from Lando Norris, but with a little bit of battery we're able to get out of the pressure zone of the Mercedes driver, and we are now catching up to Kevin Magnussen on those medium tyres. We need to get past this Haas car as soon as we can. We are on the soft tyres, and we need to make them work. We cannot be getting held up now by any slower cars. We try to go around the outside of Kevin Magnussen, and he slams that door shut in our face, and we're going to be picking up a nice slipstream from the Haas driver now. We need to make this move as soon as we can. We do not need to be getting held up by him, and we make a neat move on the inside of the Haas driver now, and we're going to stay in the slipstream of Yuki Tsunoda. Kevin Magnussen, the switchbackers, and he gets a better exit coming onto that main train now, and he's past us, and we're going to be trying to get back past the Haas driver using a little bit of battery now. We're going to try and make a move down the inside of Kevin Magnussen. We graze the side of his car just a little bit there, and we get loosey-goosey now coming on the exit of our corner, and we've been given a 5-second penalty, which is really unfair, I think, considering how little the contact was we made with the Haas driver. But we're going to have to check that on the chin now and stick with that, and we are putting a bit of pressure on our old teammate Valtteri Bottas, who's going a little bit wide there. We know how me and Valtteri Bottas' old relationship was as we make a move. Oh, we hit Valtteri Bottas!
Stupid idiot.
Valtteri Bottas braked a little bit late there, and that caught us by surprise, and we've smashed him off the track, and you've been given another 5-second penalty, so we now have 10 seconds of penalties, which is not ideal, and we are definitely now under a bit of pressure in this race now. We're going to have to somehow get around this 10-second penalty, and if it's not the way we wanted to come back into this career mode, being some silly mistakes as we're trying to get past the AlphaTauri of Yuki Tsunoda now to get closer to our teammate Esteban Ocon, but the AlphaTauri car definitely a lot faster than ours, and we're trying as hard as we can to get past him, but it's quite hard for us to do so as we swoop around the outside of Yuki Tsunoda. What if we had moved, but we go off the track with that same corner once again, and you can see now on lap 5 of this race the condition that our tyres are in now. You can see them overheating like crazy, and this is going to be the lap now where we are going to come into the pits. And quite a few drivers are came into the pits now. They're going to try to make the overcut on our teammate Esteban Ocon, who came in for the medium tyres on the last lap. So did Yuki Tsunoda and Lando Norris, the 3 cars that were fighting in this race. So it needs to be a quick stop from our team, as we need to make sure we can get out as fast as we can to get ahead of those drivers that we did try and overcut there. We get ahead of Tio Share in the pits, and have a look now from where our teammate Esteban Ocon is, and he's just ahead of us by a couple of seconds. But these new tyres, once we get them up to temperature, we should now be in a good position to mount a challenge on our teammate Ocon. Coming into lap 8 of this race now, we are on 16th place, and we're catching up now to the Mercedes of Lando Norris, as we're going to now try and make a move on the inside. We switch it to the inside. Lando Norris is just a little bit too far forward for us to try and think about it, but we're going to be focusing now on getting a good exit coming into this DRS zone, and we're going to try and make sure we can get the best exit we can to get close to the Mercedes driver. We're going to try and go down the inside now, but we think smart, we lift off and we make sure that we are behind to pick up the DRS on the Mercedes driver. We have a bad exit coming out of our corner, and Lando Norris is able to prevent us from making a move, but we're going to keep the DRS open now and make a move down the inside of Lando Norris for 15th place. Not the position that we want to be in. This isn't for any points, but 15th place, pretty decent considering the pace of this car in the opening 2 races. And coming into lap 9 of this race now, making our way around this corner, our tyres are in a little bit of a bad way right now. We make a bit of contact on the gravel, and we've hit the wall, and we've spun and crashed. We are out of this race.
Why am I so unlucky?
That is absolutely unbelievable. But as we now watch the podium ceremony and really just thinking now about the times where we were with McLaren and we could have been on those podiums ourselves, a big turnaround needed for our team in Alpine. But as we look at the race results now, Max Verstappen taking another win, and in the driver standings, Carlos Sainz edging ahead of the Red Bull driver, and finally, for constructor standings, no points for us in Alpine. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.